defending. We only gave up 0.6 goals last season, which is fantastic, but there's still some things we can work on to improve our defending and to have an even better goals against average next year. First thing we're going to talk about is first and second defending and positioning. Ball's played back. Right here we lose it. Okay. First thought, center back needs to slow this attacker down and start forcing him out into a non-dangerous area. This second defender needs to get behind the play and support the first defender backside. Far side guy, not bad positioning, but I'd rather you be on the inside shoulder of the attacker. We decide to commit here. Okay. Second defender, a little bit too high up the field. We need you here, goal side. Your angle of approach is straight on. Thus the attacker is able to go right around. Luckily, if this attacker was smart, he would attack straight on towards our goal, thus creating a 2v1 with our center back and probably a tap-in goal at the end. But he decides to shoot, we get lucky, and we're out.
Is that good? Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Once again, looking at first and second defender. Stop game. First defender approaches the ball. Our first thought is our approach is straight on. Okay. This second defender, our center back, needs to be communicating with the first defender, letting him know where he wants to force the ball. In this situation, we have numbers here, which is good, but still far enough out, we're forcing him wide is probably not a bad idea. Once again, first defender, second defender. This second defender needs to be letting the first defender know where he wants the ball to be pushed. Look at our back line right now. We're all facing towards the ball. Where I want you is having your hips out, facing up the field, so you're still in good defensive shape, but you can see the runners that are going to be coming in on goal. If we were facing up the field, we would have been able to see these two runners coming in our goalkeeper. We should never allow two guys to come in free on any shot. One bobble in front, that's the easy tap-in goal. First and second defending. Now let's look on keeping pressure on the ball and improving our 1v1 defending and body positioning overall. Ball's thrown in, we do a great job initially keeping him wide and being disciplined 1v1 defending. Right here, our job's not done. We did a good job forcing away from goal, but once he's going away from goal, this defender needs to be on his back, getting his head down, not allowing him to see the runners into the middle. He's able to pick his head up. Now, they made the pass. Okay, we're beat behind. Our center back needs to be thinking, let's keep him wide. Let's keep him towards a non-dangerous area, and our angle of approach can't be straight on. If it's straight on, it gives him the ability to beat you either side and get you on your back foot. Let's see what happens. Once again, let's look at our first defender ball pressure and the early recognition of the runners. Right when this ball is played, we need to be thinking of getting tight, consistent pressure quickly, immediately when the ball is played. We're close here, but we need to be touch tight on the man, getting his head down, forcing him back away from our goal and into our pressure. He picks that up, plays the ball behind. Now, this defender, let's recognize, this is a dangerous area. Stay goal side, force him away from goal. Don't worry about winning the ball here. Let's just slow it down, getting it wide, getting it out of the dangerous area. So right away in this clip, we have to decide who's going to put pressure on the ball. What we want to see is our forward pressing him here, our outside mid also applying pressure in order to sandwich him, but at the same time we're recognizing this passing lane. Okay, we're checking over our shoulder, making sure he's not able to make that pass. Let's see what happens. Now let's look at our initial positioning and recognize once again who needs to pressure the ball. Let's look at our initial positioning. First thought, we need to be ball side here, okay? We need to be touch tight defending on the ball side from our forward, from our midfielder, and these guys aren't even marked, okay? They're free. The goal at the end of the day here is we want to make it hard for when they throw the ball in, we can win possession easily and then get into the attack. If we're marked up here, it allows our outside mid then to push up on the thrower to make it easier for us to transition. So let's see what happens. Stop here. So we should never have two men pressing the ball at once. All right. This allows, look at the gap that we just left. So now we're 1, 2, 3, 4 versus 2 men. Let's communicate there early, have good initial positioning, so then our outside mid's already there to pressure, our center mid can stay centrally to mark, and we're in good position. Let's see what happens. Let's count it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 against 5. We never want even numbers in our defensive third. We always want to have numbers up, and we always want to be marked and in good positions. Let's look at our back line being too deep and allowing dangerous runs from the attackers. Look where our center back is right now. I need you to be stepped up into this hole to take away the space from the attackers. Right now, if they were smart, because we give them so much space, this man could be making this through run here into the very dangerous area. And this outside mid, I would like our outside back to be a little bit further out with his hips up, but this outside mid make this another dangerous run here. So we're giving them all of this space right here. Let's look at our center back here. Lose the ball. Okay. Our first thought here is we dropped about 5 yards. All right. This opens up once again all of this space behind our back line. We never want our back line to be this far apart in our center back. He's more of like a sweeper right now. All right. There's only one forward. Step up, keep the line high so we don't give him this space in behind. Watch this runner, how deep he gets. This all could have been prevented if we held our line. And let's look at some good second man cover, midfield backtracking, and also look at our back line. So, do a great job of stepping here and winning the ball. Good supporting angles. We can still step a little bit more because recognize there's not a forward here, so we're not covering anybody. We can step here, man's height, step a little bit more, step a little bit more. But overall, good positioning. Win the ball well. Ball comes back. Other center back steps up to win the ball, and see we're dropping in at good angles, providing cover for the ball, man's winning the ball. But once again, we're still a little bit too deep, okay? We don't have to be this conservative right now. We can step up, there's only one forward, we can handle him, step forward a little bit, step forward, get our hips out, facing out. I love that when we were recovering, we were constantly backtracking and trying to win the ball, and we eventually are successful here. This is more what we want to see from our center backs and how we cover. Good win from the center back. Good cover, good cover, good cover. The only thing I would like to see, maybe have your hips facing up the field the opposite direction. He steps, good cover, good cover, good cover. Win the ball, good cover, good cover, good cover. Have some options here. Even though we give the ball up here, we're still in a solid defensive shape, limiting their options, maybe a little tighter here, okay, and maybe our outside back stepped up a little bit so we don't give them the space in behind here. But we're able to win the ball, transition out, switch the point of attack, and we get a good look here. Once again, our center back stepping up, winning the ball while keeping a good supportive back line shape. Just watch the back line throughout this whole clip. Good win, we're tight, good shape, opening up. Back line stepping up here. Good shape overall. And you'll see once again, we'll step up here, good supporting angles, win the ball, and we're into the attack.